Hey Ryan, Connor here from Digital Search Group. Hope you're doing well. It's good to connect. We had a bit of a chat on LinkedIn. I wanted the opportunity to do a bit of a video audit for your website and your business. So I appreciate you getting back to us. So I'll just get right into it. So firstly, your website looks really, really good. The only thing I will say is it did load. The loads, was a little bit slow, which is a big no-no in the eyes of Google. The faster your website loads, the better conversions, the longer people actually hang around. People get annoyed very, very quickly with slow websites, and will quickly leave, especially if it's not a website that they're familiar with. So we really want to make sure that your website is loading as fast as possible. But overall, it looks really really good. I like the layout. I love the the collaborations that you have here. Pictures are great, and the whole layout is really really good. The only thing I will say is it's super image heavy, which 99% of people go down the road of because visually it looks great. But unfortunately, with Google, Google doesn't understand and as of yet isn't able to read images. So you have to actually have text within the website in order for Google to be able to understand what it is your website is about and what it is your business is about in order to point the right people in your direction. So unless they have like descriptions and keywords built into the website, then Google just really doesn't understand who you are and will never send traffic your way organically anyway. So that's just a little bit of feedback on that. It's the same with if we go into new arrivals, um, like that. There's next to no text. Again, even if there was text down the bottom here, it would be good. At least that way Google somewhat what it's about. Some sort of title tags for Google to understand page. But otherwise, it looks amazing. But the one thing I do say to people is, what's the point in having an absolute beautiful billboard if if it's in the middle of the desert and nobody ever sees it and you don't get any passing trade? It's a waste of effort. So we want to hit the sweet spot on that where you actually can generate traffic and your website looks beautiful. The second thing I did was I put in site and then your domain. So what this does is shows up all your pages. So you can see here you have 1,650 pages, which is a lot. But I'm just going to focus on the first few. So what this gives us an idea is of your sitemap. Firstly, your title tags are actually pretty good on a few of these pages. This one is a little bit long, as you can see. It says dot 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 here. But again, obviously, it's quite good because you're mentioning athletic apparel, made to perform, high quality. So this is the opportunity to pitch to your clients. So you're doing quite well there in order for them to say, "Oh, quick read of this. This looks like something that I'm after." And it's in the same with your meta description here is your opportunity to pitch to your customer. Also have those keywords in there, which you have shirts, tank tops, shorts, leggings, track pants, which is great. All really good keywords for what you're doing. But as you can see here on a few of these, it has the dot dot dot, which saying it's a little bit long, and some of these, you could expand on them a bit more in terms of keywords and optimizing that page. As you can see down here, when we go a bit further down, a lot of these pages don't have good title tags. They actually just have good that says running shorts, training shorts, but you have the opportunity to put more in here instead of just your name centric, because unless you're a really big high end brand like Facebook or Amazon or something like that, when people read centric, that doesn't relate to them, it doesn't resonate. So the idea is to have actionable keywords in there that people are going to resonate with and click in there because they know, oh, this is exactly what I'm looking for. And here you can see that these aren't set either in terms of the meta description. Dot 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 means it's just pulled up, some information from that page and just dropped it in there, like price and stuff like that, which we don't need to have in there. But some of them are really, really good. So I commend you on that. Very often, it's very rare that people actually have set some of those pretty well. Um, the next thing I wanted to look at was I actually dropped your website into our tool SEMrush. What this does is give us an idea of the sort of traffic and what's been happening with your website. So your authority score here is 35 out of 100, which is not bad, but could be improved a lot. Want to be kind of in the 50s and above range ideally. So there's a bit of room for growth there, but again, done quite well. The authority score. The amount of traffic you're driving organically each month is 0.1 thousand. And just a point of reference is the backlinks of 6,000 backlinks, just over 6,000 backlinks. So I'm going to touch into each of these, not really too much to the authority score, but here we can see that you are actually running some paid traffic for a while and actually got you some good traffic. You're almost getting about 4,000 people to the website through that paid traffic. And then it really started to dwindle September, October, and December over a couple of months. So I'm just going to look at this in a shorter. So yeah, here. So over the year, your organic traffic has stayed pretty consistent. It's still in that 1,000 range. But as I said, in November, your paid traffic was almost about 4,000, dropped off all the way down to about 450 by February. Again, not sure what happened there. Be interested to know. Goes again and then stopped completely. Which I see with this sort of trend, you would stop with the ads because it seems like they weren't doing a good job and weren't getting good results. So I'm sure you're aware of how Google works with ads and everything like that. So like I type in buy blenders, sunglasses, and these ads come up here. These little ad symbols. These guys have paid to be on the top, and every time you click in there, you pay for people to land on your page. This section down here and here is your organic section, which I'll be talking into quite a bit, and has generally about 10 listings on each page, and realistically the first and second page are the only pages that are going to see a lot of traction, because when was the last time you went to page 3 of Google? So what we're looking at here, as mentioned, you have about 2,300 keywords, which again is not bad. I see that the keywords were growing and have grown over lately has grown and then dropped off again a bit. So you got up to the point where you were over 3,000 keywords, and that's dropped down a little bit. Again, interested to know what's been happening over that time period. But just to kind of get an idea of these keywords, centric, for instance, has a volume of 18,000 people searching that every month, and you're in position number 9. So these are the two things that are quite important. I'm going to look at a larger list of these keywords. So what I've done with the keywords, and again, just so you're aware, keywords are what people type into Google for searching for your products and services. So I'm clearly searching for sunglasses here. So what I've done is I've filtered your keywords by volume. So for instance, here you can see biker shorts women has 40,500 people searching that every month, and you're in position number 93. You've actually just moved up to 83. You've gone up 10 positions. So you must be doing something at the minute to be improving your actual SEO. Again, interested to know what that is. So you're in position number 83, which means you're on page 8, and even I think actually on page 9 of Google. So you're realistically going to get no traffic from this, and we can see that you're literally getting traffic here from this keyword. But if this keyword is a product that you're selling, because it has such a high volume, there's a few other factors we'd have to look at. But in simple terms, right now you're getting none of that traffic being on page 9. If we were to get you onto page 1 for this keyword, you'd start to see a serious volume from this keyword because people are clicking into your website. So this is the whole idea, is that we want to be getting really good keywords that are super relevant for your business, one that are competitive enough that we can target them in the short term, medium term, and long term, because some of them will be longer plays, more competitive keywords. But very simply, the more of these keywords we can get that are relevant into your website and get them onto pages where you're actually drawing traffic from them, make. And the great thing about this type of traffic in comparison to ads is that people have actively chose to come looking for your products and services. So they're in buy mode. So the conversion rate is almost double to triple when, excuse me, when these people actually land on your website, rather than when I do invasive marketing and I just push out ads at people to the point where they click on it, come into the website, and like, do you know what? I'm not really that interested, but I've seen this ad so many times. I'm going to quickly check out what you're doing, and then they leave without buying. Whereas these guys, they're pretty high buying potential because they've chosen to look for your products and services. So what I am the other point I made was backlinks, which again, you're doing pretty good with the backlinks. Backlinks are like a referral system within Google, which you may be aware of. And the more of these backlinks you have, the more credibility that you're building with Google, the more websites you're actually connected with. So if somebody has like a blue hyperlink on their website and it connects from their website to yours, they've given you a backlink and almost like a reference, and Google says, oh, if these guys are connected, they must have a credible business. And it's all about building up credibility in the eyes of Google. So they have 200 things that they care about in terms of boxes you have to tick on your business and your website. And the more we tick, the more credible we're going to be, and the more traffic that will generate, because Google will allow us to be on page one because they see us as a proper business. So just to kind of touch into some of your competitors, I've seen these guys, centricbrands.com. They've got 807 keywords and they're generating about 5,038 people to their website. Again, as mentioned, I think this is Centric Brands. So 6.6 thousand people, 6.7 backlinks. These guys haven't done any ads, but they, were on a pretty good run and have dropped off, which kind of looks similar to yours as well. And a lot of other e-commerce businesses I'm looking at working with have had the same pattern, obviously with COVID and these sort of things. And these have a very similar authority score. So these guys are actually very similar, yet these are generating 6 times the amount of traffic that you are. Again, keywords 1,300. Looking back on yours, you had 2,300. So the difference here can be, as I said, that we're looking at yours, and if we look here at your highest point, you've had 10 keywords in the top three, which means you're in the first three positions of Google, and you had 55 between 4 to 10. So you've had 65 keywords on the first page of Google. And these guys have had 100 on the first page of Google, but at their highest point, they've had 170. But again, what those keywords are and all is relevant, and really makes a big difference in terms of, you might have low volume keywords and they've got really high volume keywords on page one. So when they start generating traffic from that, they're getting a lot of people coming to their website. So again, this is just taking a little time to load. I'm going to actually come back to that because I do want to cover quickly your Instagram. So I was looking at the Instagram. It's laid out really nice. It's sleek. It's professional. There's a little bit more you can do here in terms of your bio, but just a simple fix. Again, what I'm noticing is obviously you've got about 18,000 followers, but you're having engagement of only about 19 likes, 14 likes, 12 likes. So there's not a lot of engagement from those followers, and yeah, it doesn't seem that like you're potentially getting a lot of revenue through the social media. So I'm interested to know if you're doing ads on there. Again, obviously, I imagine you are. That's why you've ended up with a lot of followers, because people are coming on and able to check out your products from those ads and purchasing. Most e-commerce companies either start with Amazon and Facebook ads, but there's a lot of other realms in terms of Google ads as well as SEO. There's a lot of other ways around that. So just to quickly go back to these, we will actually check out their top positions because I'm interested to see. Although I am running out of time, I've only got 15 minutes, so I am going to leave it there and say thank you for your time. I hope you found this video of use. If so, let's set up a time for a further conversation and actually have a chat and see if we can align around your goals and priorities.